exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the World of Juice channel. And welcome to something special. That's right, you saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. It's time that I introduce you to a new generation. Let's do a little bit of backstory first. Now, I probably have some sort of gameplay or practice mode or something going on while I'm talking, so you guys can have something to watch before you truly get introduced to everything. But for right now, let's do a little bit of backstory on what is going on. So you saw the title, you saw the thumbnail, you're like, what is this, Juice? Is this something new? You're right. It is something new. So, at the start of Madden 22, I did almost like a mini series at that point, because we were waiting for the scouting update to come out to start the Legends Fantasy Draft series, which at the time was the main series on the channel, regardless of video game or sport or whatever. That was the Legends Fantasy Draft series, is the main series on the channel. So I did just kind of I don't know if you want to necessarily call it a throwaway series or just something to keep us occupied until the scouting update, which at the time we didn't know would come out, or we didn't know would be delayed as much as it was, and then eventually come out. I started a relocation franchise where I relocated the Houston Texans, who are just a volatile franchise, just horrible ownership, horrible front office, just so many problems. So many problems with the Houston Texans right now. Their starting quarterback is probably facing jail time if he's convicted, so we won't get into that. You guys know the situation. So I said to myself, if there's one team in the NFL that would benefit from a relocation, be the Houston Texans. Just get a fresh start, a new name, a new brand, new front office, new everything. So I relocated them to Chicago. And the reason I did that is because because Madden's relocation teams doesn't really have many options, and there's been a lot of people that have done the London teams and the New Mexico the actual Mexico teams, and they've done teams in LA and teams in other places, and I picked Chicago because I was like, you know what, having two teams in Chicago would be pretty fun. I mean, you got the White Sox and the Cubs in Major League Baseball, so I thought maybe having that crosstown rivalry would be pretty cool. So I picked the lowly Chicago Cougars as the team that I would relocate the Texans to. Little did I know, the Chicago Cougars would become the most popular thing that I've ever done on the channel. With the initial episode 1 of that entire video, or that entire series, almost having 8,000 views. I only have one video that has 8,000 views. I have two that are over 7.6, I think 7.7. They're over that. And one of them, I think, is 7.9, is the Chicago Cougars episode 1, where I relocate them. I did not think it would blow up that fast. And when I do live streams, when I'm playing just like Call of Duty or Fortnite or Deep Rock Galactic, whatever I'm playing, a lot of people come in and say that they found the channel, the World of Juice channel, because of the Chicago Cougars. And I get that in comments all the time on videos, people saying that this is how they found me and they enjoy the series, they've watched the entire thing, they love what I'm doing with the channel or with the series, and they love the Cougars. And I didn't know that when I initially thought of the idea to relocate a team, which is not a new idea. YouTubers do that all the time. It's nothing new. I'm not saying that I created it or anything, but when I initially thought of doing that, I definitely didn't think it would lead to what it's become. The Chicago Cougars is the most popular thing that I've ever done on YouTube, even more so than the Legends Fantasy Draft series, which is still very popular. That still is my main thing that I like to do, because it's something different than people don't do Legends series. They do Legend videos, they don't do Legends series. And I like to be the guy that does that, to give you some different content. So that's still, don't worry if that's the reason that you found the channel and that's the reason you subscribe to the channel. That series is not going anywhere. That'll be there for the new MLB game that comes out. We'll run it back for that. When the new Madden comes out, obviously when 2K comes out, we're still doing the Hornets. Don't forget about the Hornets. The Hornets are still here. So that series isn't going away. But the Cougars definitely surprised me. They shocked me with how popular it became. I couldn't actually believe it. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been a part of the journey with the Chicago Cougars, being back-to-back Super Bowl champions. So, I mean, it's crazy. Hashtag Cougars Nation. I mean, it's unbelievable the popularity that this fake team in a video game has accumulated, the fan base that it's accumulated. It's actually pretty crazy. So, with all that being said, I recently hinted on my community tab. I put out a post that said, be on the lookout for possible Chicago Cougars expansion. The Cougars aren't just a football team. They're not just a football franchise, because Mr. Juice, the man that owns the Chicago Cougars, in all his billions and billions and billions of dollars, he's more rich than Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and everybody else combined. He's the richest man to ever be birthed on the planet. And so he has decided that he wants to expand his horizons and go into, I don't want to say like conquering mode, but he wants to go to conquer every sport that he can think of. The main sports. So that's what brings us here. The Chicago Cougars have expanded. They've moved into the association and are now playing NBA basketball. That's right. That's what you're seeing on your screen right now, is the team that I've assembled to be the Chicago Cougars. You've gotten a glimpse of their uniforms. Now, when we go into this, I will have some questions for you. I want to let you guys choose some things. Not necessarily choose some things, but have some input on some things, I guess. Maybe choose some things in the future. So, let's get into it. The actual start of the video now, with all the reminiscing and all that stuff. So, here we are. We are at the actual calendar schedule thing. And as you can see in the top right corner, we have the Cougars logo. Let's go straight into it. Let's not waste any more time. We go to team relocation and team branding. There we are, the Chicago Cougars. That's the official logo from Madden. I have it on my computer, so I was able to put it on NBA2K.com/upload or whatever you do, and I was able to import it into the game. We have the team identity, the Chicago Cougars. I know that the Bulls are abbreviated CHI as well, but that's going to be our abbreviation too, because we're in Chicago as well. Our team colors, I tried to match the secondary color as close to what the color is on the logo. I think it's still a little bit darker, but I got it as close as I could. You don't have like a little eyedropper tool to take the color from the logo and put it on the thing. So I got it as close as I think it could be. The logo is the custom Chicago Cougars logo. So that is all set. It's the official logo and everything. And then if we go to the arena, that's what I want to show you guys. So I want to show you guys the arena. So we've got no, that's a little preview. I didn't want to show you guys that yet. The arena is called the Coca-Cola Center because Mr. Juice, even being the richest man to ever live on the planet, still was a little bit of a sellout. So he took some big corporate money from the big people, the big bosses at Coca-Cola. And what am I doing? I showed you guys the uniform a little bit too early. So he took a little bit of money from the big boys at Coca-Cola to name the arena. He built this arena. It's a $6 billion arena here in downtown Chicago, right next to the United Center. That's where the Bulls play, right? Is the United Center? I'm pretty sure. And let's go back to the arena. Let's design the floor, because this is what I wanted to show you guys. So here we are. We have the official Chicago Cougars floor. As you can see, the scores table is going through some of the sponsors for the Cougars to make the money back. We got YouTube, we got the World of Juice channel, we've got FanDuel, ESPN, and Coca-Cola, of course, because they sponsor, and PS5. So Juice took a little bit of money from the Coca-Cola company to basically sell out and make them the arena. So they're the official partners of the Chicago Cougars. As you can see, it says Cougars Nation. It says Chicago, and then it says Cougars over on the other side. It says hashtag Cougars Nation, and it says hashtag Juice Club as well. So you gotta love it. Now you guys can let me know. This is one of the first parts where I wanted to get your guys' opinions and suggestions. So this entire team with the uniforms, the stadium or the arena, and the logo is all uploaded to the 2K Share Center. So on PS5. So if anybody out there that is a Chicago Cougars fan and has a PS5, if you want to take control of the Chicago Cougars and maybe create a variation of a jersey or an alternate jerseys or a different stadium, a different court floor or anything, just like go crazy with it and then re-upload it, and then like either tag me on Twitter. You tag me on Twitter at what's my Twitter handle? Hold on. I changed it recently, so I got to remember what my Twitter handle is. I think it's only one World of Juice. I'm pretty sure that's what I made it. No. Okay, it's World of Juice YouTube. If you want to tag me on that, World of Juice YouTube. I may put the Twitter link in the description of this video as well. If you guys tag me in it with your designs for new jerseys that maybe we use down the road in year 2, year 3, year 4, however far we go, new stadium or new court floors with different designs on it and stuff, and things like that, or maybe even a variation of the logo and stuff. If you guys get creative with that, that'd be awesome. So I wanted to upload it to give you guys that opportunity, but it is only on PS5, sadly. I guess I could recreate it on PS4. I don't have an Xbox, so I can't put it on Xbox. But I guess I could recreate it on PS4. That would just take a little bit longer. Hey, Editor Juice here. Just a little editor's note. I was editing the Cougars video here, and I realized that while I was editing, I did not have NBA 2K22 on PS4. I have 2K21 on PS4, but I don't have 2K22 on PS4, so I can't do the Cougars on PS4 and upload it there unless I get it at some point. I don't know if I will though, but as for right now, it's only going to be on PS5. Sorry, I thought I had it on PS4, but I mistook 2K21 for 2K22. But I just wanted to pop in and say that real quick. So enjoy the rest of the video, because I made this all from scratch, from me. So that's why it took a little bit longer, because I had to make the jerseys, then I had to make the stadium. I even created all the players. So it took a little bit longer than I thought. But I guess I could redo it on PS4 if you guys really want me to. But just let me know down either in the comments or on Twitter or anything like that. And then if you guys wanted to do that, so I wanted to put it on 2K Shared just to to give you guys the opportunity, if you felt like it, if you had a PS5, if you had the availability to do it, then, or the option to do it, then I wanted to give you the chance. So everything is uploaded there. The logo is the Cougars logo, the stadium, the jerseys, all that stuff. Speaking of the jerseys, we need to actually get into the jerseys, and I've done, because you may have gotten a little bit of it in the little opening video where the training session was going on, but maybe not a good look. So here is the home jerseys worn by our star player, AR-15, Ashton Riley. This is our star player. Now, I debated whether or not to bring across some Madden players, some NFL players to the NBA, like maybe Raheem Mostert comes over and plays some basketball, or Trent Favors or something like that, big body dude in the paint. And that may happen. Maybe we do a draft class and I create Trent Favors, or I create Jeff Sewell, or some of the rookies, some of the created guys that we've done in Madden, and bring them over here. That might be pretty fun. But for now, it's all completely new guys that are getting an opportunity to show their skills for the Chicago fans. So this is the home jersey. We've got the Diamond Nike logo and the Amazon.com logo branded sponsorship on the top of the chest, because you know Juice has got to sell out for the money. So Amazon came a-calling, Coca-Cola came a-calling. We had to pick up the phone. We got the Cougars logo in the middle, or on the bottom, I guess, the number, and then the Cougars on the back, or on the front, and then on the back it's just the number and the last name. It doesn't have his last name on here because it just says last name. It has the last, don't worry, it has his last name on the thing. So let me know down below if you guys like these jerseys. This is the away uniform. It's just the opposite of the home jersey. So what I was saying about uploading this to the share center is that it was mainly for the jerseys. I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to maybe make some new jerseys for the next season, and that I could download and I could use for the series. These are the base jerseys, the year 1 jerseys, but maybe in year number 2, one of you guys makes an awesome fire jersey and we use it for that season, the next season. So these are the away ones, and these are what the alternates are looking like. They're a little bit more plain, a little bit more basic, but I wanted to go with the alternate, like kind of tan, I guess, color. What would you call that color? Is it tan? I guess it kind of is like a tan color, but that's what I wanted to go with. It's more basic. It's not as jumbled. It's not as busy, I guess you could say, as the home and away uniforms are. But I wanted to go with something a little bit more basic for the alternates. We'll wear these often, I would think. I wanted to go, you know how the Bulls have that kind of like cursive Chicago on the front of one of their jerseys? I don't know if it's this year or they've had it in the past. I wanted to kind of do something similar with the Chicago on the front of this jersey, but the fonts, there was no like kind of like script or cursive kind of font for this, so I had to go with something not really like it, but I had to go with something different than just a bold font, so that's why it looked a little bit weird. But those are the jerseys. I hope you guys like them. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what I think would be the best, and I came up with that. I can always change them. That's why we have the opportunity to edit them. If you guys don't like the away uniform or think it's too similar to the home uniform, I can certainly change it. But I came up with that as just a base kind of thing to get the team off the ground. So remember, Mr. Juice is a little bit stingy when it comes to paying for things. Not the stadium. He went all out with the stadium. Billions upon billions of dollars on the stadium. But the jerseys, he could have done a little better, I guess. But I think that's everything except for meeting the team now. You guys got to meet the team. You met the first player, the star player of the team, AR-15, Ashton Riley. Now, when it comes to the team, I guess I should have just hit remove changes so it wouldn't be saving all the assets, because I didn't change anything. So I guess the team is next up, and when it comes to the team, I created all these players like I mentioned earlier, and when I was creating them, I wanted to give a mix of younger players, some rookies, some older not older players. There's one 30-year-old. That's about it. Then you got a couple guys in their mid-20s. There's a young overseas guy that came over. So there's age ranges from around the world. I really shouldn't have hit save changes because this thing is taking forever. I didn't realize it was going to take forever. All right, I'm going to cut to when it's done because I don't know how long it's going to take. I'll see you guys then. Okay, so that took a lot longer than I was hoping for, but we are here. We have the team, and like I mentioned, there are some different age ranges. The age ranges vary. We've got some 25-year-olds, some 24-year-olds, some 21-year-olds, 19-year-olds, and then we got 130-year-olds. So let's go through the team and introduce you to everybody. So we already mentioned Ashton Riley, AR-15, as our star player. He's 22 years old. He's from Illinois, southeastern Illinois. I tried to keep everybody close to the Chicago area or in the state of Illinois, I guess. There are a couple guys that aren't from Illinois or from Chicago. So I wanted to be kind of a local, just like Mr. Juice had an open tryout for guys in Illinois, and these guys came in. So we've got Ashton Riley. He's a sharpshooter, but he can kind of do everything a little bit. He's got decent inside scoring. He's got great three-point scoring. He's the only guy with badges, by the way. He's the only guy with badges, and I wanted to kind of give it a little bit more difficulty, so I wanted to give only one guy badges, and I gave it to our sharpshooter. So there are guys with decent potential on the team as well. He's not our best rebounder, but we've got some other guys that can rebound pretty well. We've got some point guards that can rebound pretty well. I didn't want to go too crazy with overpowering, so there's a couple 80. I mean, there's a lot of 82s. There's some 79s, but he's our best player at 85. Then we move on to Jamar Weaver. He's a 6'10 small forward who can also play center. He's not really the best at inside scoring for being a 6'10 guy. He's kind of slight of frame. He's 6'10", 185, so I kind of took Brandon Ingram's frame and just bumped his height up a little bit. And how big is Brandon Ingram? Let's go to the Pelicans really quick. I know I'm getting off track here, but how big is Brandon Ingram? Brandon Ingram is 6'8", 190. So my guy's 2 inches taller and 5 pounds heavier, or 5 pounds lighter than Brandon Ingram. And he can shoot the ball pretty well. He's a good playmaker. He's obviously good at rebounding because he's 6'10", but he is slight of frame, so he might get bullied in the post. Who knows? Then we've got Jamie. Oh, and this guy's also from IMG Academy. He didn't go to college. He went straight from high school. So we've got Jamie Washington Jr., our starting power forward, 6'8", 224. He's a 24-year-old guy. He's been around for a couple years. He is decent at everything. I guess he's kind of an all-around guy. He can rebound fairly well. He's not a very good perimeter defender, so if he's got to try and cover a guy who's stretching the floor, he's not going to really do very well on that. But other than that, he's a pretty all-around good scorer and just a good guy to have. Then we go to center. We can battle for who's going to be starting center. We've kind of got a veteran guy here, Gage Hagan, 6'11", 255. He is 82 overall. He's not the best inside scorer. He's more of a stretch big. And I wanted to give some variation to how our bigs play. So we've got him and then Trey Fuller, who's 7'1", 245. He is 21 years old, but he's more of the inside guy. He rebounds really well. Well, so does Hagan. But he's more of the inside scorer, and then Gage Hagan's more of the stretch guy who can bring the center away from the rim and let Jamar Weaver or Ashton Riley go to the rim. So that's what I was kind of thinking when I was making these two centers. And they're the same overall, so we can kind of decide throughout the season who we want to have start. And then we go to Hudson Baldwin IV, 6'4", 210. He's been around for a while in the G League, overseas, doing his thing. He is 30 years old, 82 overall. He's more of that spark plug off the bench, that veteran leadership that a young team like this needs. He can play very good inside and outside defense, decent playmaker, good rebounder, more of an inside guy, not really a catch and shoot kind of guy, but he can hit them every once in a while. So that's what his kind of role on the team is more of a veteran. He's that veteran voice, kind of like how Andre Iguodala is on the Warriors, or at least how he was back in like 2014, 2015 when they were winning championships. This is kind of the same kind of role that Hudson Baldwin's going to be playing. Then we go to Christian Fromm, kind of a younger guy, inexperienced, hasn't really been around too much in the league, 21 years old. He's also 82 overall. Good mid-range guy, can hit the three every once in a while. Good rebounder. Our whole team is pretty good at rebounding, actually. I didn't realize that everybody was so good at rebounding. But decent rebounder, good potential, good IQ. Everybody's pretty smart, I would think. And his role is basically just to relieve Jamar Weaver. Basically, that's all his role is. He's around basically just to hit some knockdown middies and kind of help the team score when Ashton Riley or Jamar Weaver aren't in the game, because those are going to be our two main scorers, I would think, because they're the two best players. I mean, he's 6'10", 185. He's 6'7". I mean, Ashton Riley's 6'7", so these two guys I would think are going to be our main scorers. Then we go to point guard, Darius Evans III, 22-year-old, 6'5" point guard, out of Holy Cross. Now, I'm not sure where Holy Cross is, but I thought it was funny to have somebody in the league from Holy Cross. So he's basically an all-around player. He's good in the inside. He can get to the rack. He can shoot the midi. He can occasionally shoot a three or two. He's got decent defense, really good playmaker, and a good rebounder. So I can envision him, if he's starting point guard, I can envision him averaging a triple-double in a game. Not throughout a season, but in a game, I could see him getting a triple-double more often than not, because he can score, he can pass, and he can rebound. So if he's on his game, I can certainly see him getting a triple-double. Then we go to one of my favorite players on the team, John Barnes, or as I like to call him, the Ginger Giant, 26 years old, mainly an overseas guy, playing in the Italian leagues and the French leagues and all that stuff. He came over. Mr. Juice offered him a bag to come over, and he said, "Yeah, I'll come over. I'm the Ginger Giant. Don't you know me?" And he's basically just here to be like the Brian Scalabrine of the team. Bring that comedy to the locker room. He's a funny guy. Just kind of make everybody laugh, cheer everybody up. He's a decent rebounder, and he can pass the ball a little bit, but he's not going to ever lead the team in scoring, I wouldn't think. And he's probably not even going to get a ton of playing time with Trey Fuller and Gage Hagan, unless we work on some lineups, because we could always like mess around with some lineups and maybe have Jamar Weaver even play center at sometimes because he's 6'10". So that's what I was kind of thinking, just have him as a good locker room guy. Then we get to the guy that I mentioned in the very beginning with the overseas connection. We have a couple guys that played overseas, but we have one guy that's actually from there, from Lithuania, just came over, Nikita Kursov, 19 years old, 79 overall, good playmaker, decent three-point shooter, but he needs to develop. He's a raw kind of talent. He didn't really get a lot of time overseas in Lithuania. He played with LaMelo Ball and Lonzo Ball and LiAngelo, the Ball brothers, over in Lithuania. He was, how long ago was that? That was probably like 3 years ago, 4 years ago at this point. So he was around like maybe 15 years old at the time playing with them. But over in Lithuania, the rules are kind of a little lax. So it doesn't really matter how old you are, especially if you can ball. So he was out there hooping with them. And he kind of took over the European scene over there. And he decided to come to America and give the NBA a shot. So Mr. Juice said, yeah, come over. I don't care. And he's here on the team. Then we've got our final two players. We got Ryan Evans, who is a 6'9" power forward who can basically just rebound, and that's about it. He can't really score inside. He's a decent scorer inside. He can't shoot the ball. He's a good defender, and he's a good rebounder. That's basically all Ryan Evans is going to do. Ryan Evans is going to come in if there's an injury or if everybody's gassed. He'll play a little bit, I guess. But I'm feeling like we probably are going to play more of the two-center system as the backup. Like, I'm thinking maybe we play John Barnes as the backup power forward to Jamie Washington, because I feel like John Barnes is a little bit more of a threat, I guess you could say. They basically are the same person, although John Barnes can hit a three a little bit better. It's just a matter of who I'm feeling. I guess it's just a matter of who I'm feeling at the end of the day, who I want to put in the game. And then our backup point guard is R.J. Harden, the Golden Flash, I guess you could say. The blonde bandit. He's all blonde all the time, basically. 24-year-old guy. He's from Northeastern Junior College. He's been around the G League for a little bit, here and there. He's had some spots. He had some moments in the NBA, but They were far and fleeting, so he never really got an opportunity. But Mr. Juice said, you know what? I'm building a team. I want you to be my backup point guard. He's 74 overall. He's a good mid-range guy. Can't shoot the three, but he can pass a decent amount. He can score, I guess, a little bit. He's a decent rebounder. He needs a little bit more time to develop. He's probably never going to turn into anything special. The main guys that I'm going to be developing are obviously these two guys, Ashton Riley and Jamar Weaver. We're going to focus a little bit probably on Trey Fuller, and then Darius Evans is probably going to get a little bit of focus in the development. Hopefully he turns into something because he's only 22. So these guys are kind of young. The other guys are a little bit older, not really showing the same kind of potential. We're going to focus a little bit on Nikita Kursov to see if we can develop him into maybe the next Luka. So, yeah, that's the team. That is the team. So you've seen the team, you've seen the jerseys, you've seen the stadium, you've even seen a little bit of gameplay at the very beginning with a little bit of a practice scrimmage. So I hope you guys are excited. The Chicago Cougars are in the NBA. And this isn't the end. Even though I don't know how long this is going to go. I don't even know if we can call this a series or not. I just wanted to get this first episode out to you guys so you can have your opinion on what you think about it. Maybe give me some tips, some I don't know what else, because some what am I trying to think of here? Some constructive criticism is what I was trying to say. On the jerseys or on the arena or on the players, I guess. We could take a look at scouting. It's the actual 2022 NBA draft. I did throw in some hidden gems in here. So if you guys notice anybody that doesn't look real or doesn't have a real name or you never heard of, it's probably because they are a hidden gem in the roster. So I can also save this roster and upload it if you guys want to try and find these hidden gems. Like maybe this guy's a hidden gem. Have you ever heard of Mookie Whitehead? I don't know. Have you ever heard of Murray Reese? He's got a porn stash. I don't know. You'll have to download the class and find out. And that's not going to be it. I'm probably going to go throughout the season and create some players that are a little bit of hidden gems all throughout the class, just to make it more interesting, make it more fun, along with the actual real-life players like Jabari Smith or Chet Holmgren or Paolo Banchero. Like just make it more interesting, make it more fun to draft in the later round, or in the late first round and early second. And we're just make it more fun. So, speaking of draft picks, I think we just have like base draft picks. I don't think we have anything. So let's actually we can just take a look at. I know we could just do it right there, but we have future draft picks right here. So we just have basic picks. We have first round picks, second round picks, one of each in the next like 2022 to 2026. So because we're an expansion team. So we don't have anything crazy. Now, if you guys want me to make trades, I can certainly do that. I don't know if anybody's going to have any value, but if you guys don't think one of these guys is really cutting it out, maybe like Christian Fromm isn't playing up to standards of what the Chicago Cougars basketball team deserves to or should play at, then we can obviously trade for him. I don't know if anybody would have any like interest in him. He's got 3.5 star value, so we can do some pretty good damage with some of these guys. So, speaking of possible trades, the contracts, I just gave these guys basic rookie contracts, nothing crazy. I didn't want to like blow the load on the class or on the contracts because we're an expansion team. We're not going crazy. These guys are scrubs that came off of the streets and never got a shot. And in Ashton Riley's case or Jamar Weaver's case, they've got potential and they're rookies. So that's the kind of thing. But like with Hudson Baldwin, he's got 2 years on a minimum contract. So like some of these guys don't have very big contracts because they are just like, they're different. They're just off the street. And Nikita Kursov's got 5 years because he was overseas. So he got an extra year put on. So that's the contract situation. If we take a look at the books, we got a ton of money. If we go to finance and salary cap breakdown, everybody's locked up. We got $107 million in salary cap room. And if you're wondering why or if you're, I know I never mentioned this, but if you're wondering how I adjusted the league to add another team, well, I added a second team. We're not the only expansion team in this universe. The Chicago Cougars came in the Eastern Conference, in the same division as the Bulls, obviously. But there's a team over in the Western Conference, and I think you guys are going to be happy that the Seattle Supersonics are in the NBA again. I don't know why they got Klay Thompson cheesing like he is. But we did the expansion draft. Basically how I did it was, when my pick was up, I just drafted like a no-name guy that doesn't exist, and then I just swapped him out for the guys that we have. So that's how it's going to work. I actually have to, hold on. I need to make sure that, is everything good? Because I just saw something down low. We're in Chicago, right? Yeah, we're in Chicago. I need to make sure that Seattle's actually in Seattle, because I just saw something say that they're in Mexico City. So I'm going to go make sure that they're in I'll check that after the video is over. But the Seattle Supersonics are in the game, and we probably will play them. When do we play them? The first time that we play the Supersonics is December 19th. So we're certainly going to play that game. Actually, maybe we should play them. When do we play them again? We play them March 30th, so we only play them 2 times. I kind of want to play them on their court to see what it looks like. So maybe we play them then. But it's going to be a struggle. I mean, we got some decent players. We've got 85 overall, 84 overall. But if you take a look around the league, there's some very good players that are also here. We don't have any 90 overalls. Maybe Ashton Riley or Jamar Weaver can turn into that in a season or two. But for right now, it's probably going to be a struggle. We're probably not going to win a ton of games. I'm sure we'll win a majority, because we've got a very solid squad that is very balanced. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the coach. There's only one coach that I trust to coach a team and get the full potential out of this team. There we are. There's Mr. Juice. And that is Michael Stauffer. I know it's probably a little bit of cheese to get the greatest coach in free agency on your team, but I was like, you know what, Mr. Juice, he's been slacking on the budget for a while on a lot of things, except for the building, obviously. Why not go out and splurge on the best head coach in the business? Michael Stauffer is here. He's going to be the head coach of the Chicago Cougars for at least season number 1. Now, you guys are going to have a lot of freedom to control this team. You guys can suggest possible trades. If you think I should try and trade for LeBron James, or if you try and trade for Ja Morant or Luka, those probably won't happen, but you guys can offer possible trades, maybe sign some free agents. I don't think there's any good free agents in the thing right now, but we can check, I guess. There's not really anybody, but I mean, you guys can suggest maybe some new rookies that I throw into the draft class. You guys can suggest maybe we don't sign somebody back in contract extension. We don't have anybody this season because everybody's locked up, but next year there's a couple guys that are going to be needing contracts. Obviously, in the off season, we're going to have free agent signings that we can possibly make to help this team out. So James Harden's going to be there, Kyrie Irving, Zach LaVine. He always walks in free agency in 2K. So there's going to be some opportunities for you guys to be involved in the series. A ton of things that you guys can have your opinion on that can move this series forward. Obviously, the most important one is the jerseys and stuff. If you, like I said, if you don't want to do it, that's totally fine. If you don't have if you want to do it and you don't have the ability to because you don't have a PS5, that's what I mentioned, where we could possibly, I could maybe move them to PS4, but that would just take a little bit longer. I might do it, but I don't know. So I think that's everything. There's not going to be any gameplay in this first video. I just wanted to introduce you to the team, get everything set up, and then we can play against the Rockets, or maybe against the Knicks. Should we play? No, we should probably play opening day. The first ever game in Cougars history, we should probably play. So at least it's at home. So we'll play the Rockets. This is what the team is looking like. Oh, it's not going to show. Why is 2K so bad? I was hoping it would show. Last time I loaded it up, it was normal, and it had the best players like Christian Wood, and it had Ashton Riley standing there next to it because it wasn't broken. but whatever. That's what the lineup looks like. You guys saw it. So I hope you guys are excited because I'm super excited. And remember, this isn't the only thing that Mr. Juice has expanded into. It's not just Madden, it's not just the NFL, and it's not just the NBA. Hold your horses, because we got some exciting things coming in the future. I hope you guys are excited. Smash that button if you are. Smash that button. Smash that like button. Just don't smash every button. hit every button. Smash every button. I hope you guys are excited. Leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are hyped for the Cougars expansion. Hashtag Cougars Nation. Hashtag Juice Club. Hashtag Go Cougars. Hashtag This is awesome. Everything, all the hashtags are involved. So I hope you guys do enjoy. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about the expansion of the Cougars to take over the world. We're going to take over the world. The Cougars is going to be a household name when I'm done. The Chicago Cougars will be a household. They might be even more popular than the Bears or the Bulls. Probably not, but that's the goal. So thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I'm excited to get this series started, or I guess I guess it is a series, whatever. I'm excited to get this started. I hope you guys are too. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.